Second update, according to industry estimates, Warner Bros., Village Roadshow, Amblin's Ready Player One is looking to score at least a $12.5 million opening Thursday, which would project it to a $53 million, $55 million four-day weekend. It's kicking ass, says one rival analyst off Matinee figures. Should the pick really slow in its turnstiles, then we are looking at a $10 million Thursday, the question being whether this is fanboy, front-loaded. Should this movie rally, it will be based on word of mouth and exit polls. Once moviegoers get in there, they realize what a fun, classic Spielberg ride it is. A bulk of Ready Player One revenue at this point is being minted on the West Coast. Relish mixes read on the social chatter is that the movie has an excited fan base, and its cultural references and Roblox effort has activated gamers and moviegoers. 2. Adding, fans of the novel by Ernest Cline, Spielberg movies and classic video games are all in, and ready to dive in the deep end. They are sharing their favorite moments from the trailers and the novel, and speculating how these elements might be portrayed by master craftsman, Spielberg. There are also questions about specific characters, the Oasis and its translation from a VR experience to film, and much more, particularly coming out of mass wave of positive social buzz from South by Southwest. And again, Roblox gamers are definitely chiming in on the film's owned assets, too, as questions swirl about a sequel and potential theme park installations. First update. Steven Spielberg's Ready Player One got off to an early start at the Easter weekend with a Wednesday night preview of $3.75 million from 7 p.m. showtimes. Ever since Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull became the director's best opening at the domestic box office a decade ago, $100.1 million, he's largely confined his filmography to adult-oriented, award-season fare. So there haven't been many previews for Spielberg titles in quite some time. In Ready Player One, though based on the best-selling Ernest Cline novel, isn't franchise property like we've seen in Easter's past, like Batman v Superman or Fast and Furious. One of the comps here is 2013's G.I. Joe Retaliation, which had Wednesday pre-shows before its Easter launch, earning $2.6 million, then a $10.5 million opening Thursday and a $51 million four-day, and ending its domestic run at $122.5 million. Ready Player One beats hands down Spielberg's previous popcorn attempt, though it's skewed considerably younger, the BFG, which failed and only made $775,000 from its Thursday night preview before a $22.7 million four-day over the 2016 Independence Day holiday and an awful $55.4 million stateside result. The nature of Spielberg's movies, mostly all of them, is that they start at smaller numbers and sleep upward from there. $50 million would be a nice start for Ready Player One, considering the film is pricey, at a net cost between $155 million to $175 million, which WB and Village Roadshow co-financed. Ready Player One will play in about 3,500 locations today, then move to 4,200 by Friday, including 3D, 2D, IMAX, PLFs, Dolby Cinema, motion seats, luxury seats and drive-ins. Ready Player One is also going day and date this weekend in 62 offshore markets including China, but with Japan and Germany coming later. Our analysts predicted a $140 million, $170 million global debut for this love letter to virtual reality in 1980s-90s pop culture. Ready Player One gets a 78% certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes. Cinema score will come later tonight. However, anecdotally the film plays best with an audience. The South by Southwest world premiere of largely festive allgoers and locals prompted rolling cheers throughout the film. Due to spring and Easter breaks, 30% K-12/18% colleges are off today, increasing to 80%, 43% by Friday. Warner Bros. had a huge activation in Austin, Texas during the fest earlier this month with a virtual reality clubhouse containing both old school and VR headset video games, The DeLorean from Back to the Future, a huge Iron Giant, a cast Twitter cast, as well as star Ty Sheridan DJing. Among those films in regular play yesterday, Disney's Black Panther was no. one with $1.7 million and a running total of $637.3 million, while legendary, Universal's Pacific Rim Uprising ranked second with $1.5 million and a $34.7 million six-day tally. Previewing tonight is Lionsgate's Tyler Perry's Acrimony, which is looking at $10 million, $15 million over the three-day Pureflix has the faith-based threequel God's Not Dead, A Light in Darkness, which is only looking at low single digits in 1,688 theaters.